We're going to begin the process of growing some wheatgrass for our cats. I'm using this organic grass seed here. I do have a little measure cup here. Usually I use about 1/3 of a cup from this for 1 jar. So what you're going to do is put a scoop of that in a soaking jar and soak it for about 8 to 10 hours. After you do that, you're going to strain those seeds out. So I have a strainer there. And then you're going to take some growing medium. I have this soil dehydrated, so just a little bit of water will make that expand quite a bit. I usually use about 2 cups or about 3 cups of water for that soil. I'm going to put it in its growing bucket here. It does have a hole in it, so I have to put it inside of another bucket so that water doesn't come out when I pour it over that soil. That soil will expand in about 15 to 30 minutes. After that, we'll add the seeds on top of it. You're going to want, I use some gloves, that's completely up to you. You're going to want some paper towels and then a garbage bag too. Every now and then there'll be a little bit of a mess. But let's go ahead and get started. First step's pretty easy. I'm just going to take this soaking jar and I'm going to add some seeds to it. Let's go ahead. Again, I usually take about 1 of these. This would be plenty. And I'm going to just add that directly in there. Set that aside. Let's go ahead and turn on some water. We're going to fill that up. And after this is done soaking, they say any seeds you see floating are usually not viable. They just won't grow, so you can pitch those if you'd like. All right, so you can see that is pretty filled. We'll go ahead and put the lid on there. And one thing I like to do is give it a nice little swish to kind of clean those seeds off. Give it a once around. And I'll do that again in the morning once they've been soaking overnight. So I'm just going to set those down and we'll let those soak tonight. Figured I'd show a comparison so you can see how tall that wheatgrass really does grow. This one's getting a little bit of end of life. That's why I wanted to start a new bucket because it'll take about a week before it gets fully mature. And then we'll let it grow. Once it gets about this tall, I'll start another bucket just because our cats absolutely love this stuff. So you can see it's very luscious. You can see a little, there's a bunch of indentations where cats like to lay in this as well. You can see there's just, they put their head full on in it. All right, so these seeds have been soaking overnight. Give them another rinse. First thing we need to do is get these soil discs set up. Now, again, once these get wet, they will expand quite a bit, so I don't want it to get in the sink because I don't want a bunch of soil in my sink. These soil discs, they are individually wrapped, as you can see. So I'll probably, you know what, I believe it'll be 2 of these to fill up this pot. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see if I can get some scissors to open these up. Got one in there. Let's go ahead and put another one. we're going to go ahead and fill this Pyrex up. And so you'll see the disc in there. And we're going to let that sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I'll come check to see how much water has been absorbed. Maybe add a little bit more water to it. So that's been about 15 minutes. Well, that's absorbed a good portion of that water. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out and get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some gloves because I plan on getting pretty dirty here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out of there right now. I do have another tray to set it on. Get all that water out of there. So you can see it looks pretty fluffy there. Let's go ahead and we're going to take the strainer. And the first thing we'll do is I close the strainer because I don't want to get any seeds that may pop out down the drain. Nothing on the lid. I'm just going to slowly pour out whatever dirty water is in here, trying not to let any of the seeds out. And you get out that drain's closed so I can just pick them out. All right, so we're good. So no seeds fell out. I'm gonna go ahead and put all the dirty water out. Now let's go ahead and put the rest of these in the strainer. Get all the seeds out of the jar. All right, one more. All right, you can see jar's empty. All the seeds have been strained. Doesn't look like any made it through, so we'll drain the rest of that water. Now we're going to get to planting. So what I like to do is I like to take a little bit off, and I like to make 2 rows of seeds. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I have another jar that I'm going to put some of this plant soil in. Just have that here, just so I can grab from if I need to for layers. So I'm going to take a layer off of here. You see that good old chunk? Oh, and that's why we have paper towels. So I'm going to throw that in there, maybe a little bit more. There we go. And we're going to zhuzh this up. Zhuzh this up. There we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and put down a layer of seeds here. You can see that 1/3 of a cup gives you plenty of seeds. I'm just trying to make a nice little flat bed here. A little bit more. All right. Now I'm just going to put another layer of dirt right on top of those seeds. Spread that out. Just a nice little area right there. Yeah. You see that there? I'm going to go ahead and put another layer grab a chunk of soil, and we're just gonna, you don't want to bury them, so I'm just going to light layer that you can almost see the seeds through. It's just there's so many seeds, I like to have it nice and lush. The only thing is you don't want too many because you don't want to cause mold. So see, there's still quite a lot of seeds here, so you see I'm making a bit of a mess. My gloves are going to be kind of covered in mud or soil, I guess. Let's go ahead, and I like to make it nice. I just press them in ever so slightly. You don't want to, again, don't want to bury them, just ever so slightly. I have quite a bit of seeds here. That one's full on rooted already. A little bit more. Alright. Yeah, I like this soil, these soil discs from the cat ladies, because they seem to not mold up as much as like potting soil or just regular dirt might. Alright, so as you can see, it's a nice even spread there. It is a little low. I do wish I had more soil, but I didn't want to go with 3 discs, so I'll leave that the way it is. And now I'm just going to put this in a dark room for probably a day or two until it starts sprouting a little bit. I like a dark closet, and then I'll just put it out in the sun. I thought I'd mention I'd also started a growing tray with some soil discs as well, and laid out a flat seeds there. I've done this because the cats do like to lay in the grass, so I thought I'd start a separate one for them. If you're curious, this is what it looks like in that closet. Usually keep it about 70 degrees in here. So we'll leave it in this dark closet overnight, like I said, maybe 1 to 2 days until those have little sprouts coming out of them. And we'll put it out in the sun. At least a room that has sun. 1 day. See, nothing in there. Still germinating. We'll give them another day in the dark. Day 3, they're starting to get a little roots growing on. You see that? Probably 1 more day and we'll be able to put them out in the sunny room. This is day 3. You can see they're starting to sprout. I'm going to go ahead and put them in a sunny room. It's day 4, it's in a sunny room. Nice ventilated room with some good air movement. It's day 5. You can see it's really starting to fill in here. Another couple of days and we'll have a ready to go batch. Alright, I don't know if this is day 5 or 6, but you see it's getting pretty full. This one's not so much as that one. You can see the old one's getting a little bent over and old, so this one should be ready in the next 2, maybe 3 days. Alright, looking at day 6. See, this is nice. This just isn't growing out of this growing tray for some reason. I think this is day 6. I'll probably put that down tomorrow. This is not doing so well. I gave it a little water yesterday, but doesn't seem to be any higher. Last day of the grass. I'm gonna go ahead and let them have at it now. You can see it's a good size. The other one, that one is fully died now. This one never did take off. It's very odd. What else? As a reference, this is what that catgrass grown in a tray can look like. This is about 7 days worth of catgrass. And as you can see, it's very luxurious. And if you lift it up out of the tray here, you can see how full this root mat is. I was rinsing the seeds daily. That's where that little bit of water that mat was holding is coming from. But this is what I would like to see out of the tray. The only thing you have to worry about is that white mold that can be confused with root hairs from time to time. Your son's up on the banister.